Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. I am Francisco.
I'm Andres. All right, dude. What do we got?
We have a great fucking show. Super packed. We got some trailers, lots of trailers. Then we have nerd news of the week. Lots of nerdy things going on. All right, then we watch some things. He watched some things. I watched some things. We all watch some things. We put some things on the list. And we end with our world famous double feature. All right, let's start the show. Andres, what's up, my friend?
Hola. Yeah, man.
How you doing?
Good. Not as hot as I thought it was going to be, but it's all good here.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Did you have a good week?
Busy week. Yeah. Zero complaints, man. Zero complaints.
Yeah. Life could be harder.
eating food I shouldn't be eating, so that's always a fun thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
How was your week?
It was cool, man. Some celebrations going around, some family celebrations and birthdays and whatnot. So August is a busy month.
Dude, it's birthday season in my family. Like end of June to like the end of August.
Yeah.
And pretty much the majority of my family is birthdays. Like so many. Yeah. But
yeah,
getting through it.
Yeah. It's like a lion's den. All the Leos.
There's a lot of cake flowing. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Wow. There's a lot of cake. There's a lot of cat shit going around. Yeah, and another interesting tidbit, and I don't know if you know, but August 11th is also, besides my sister's birthday, is also hip hop's birthday. El cumpleaños de hip hop.
What is
the
that?
Official birthday is the 11th of August.
Was that like voted on by a hip hop committee or something? How did that happen?
Yeah, 1973. It's the first, like in history, the first time that somebody was DJing and spoke over an album, like MCing. So that was 1973, August 11th. And I can't remember the guy's name, but it's not DJ Herc, it's somebody else. But yeah, so hip hop turned 50 this year.
Wow.
So there's been a lot of celebrations in the hip hop community. 1 to the 3, 2 to the
world. You heard it here first, folks. 50th anniversary. Cool, man.
Yeah, it just passed. So
last week. Did you listen to anything special?
I watched some clips from some concerts, like Lil Wayne. Like that had this huge concert in New York and Yankee Stadium, and they had like Lil Wayne and Snoop Dogg and a bunch of people. So, and I've been watching a bunch of like top 50 lists because it's the 50th birthday. So 50 best songs, 50 best artists, dude, a lot of shit going around.
You love your lists. Let's face it.
I do. A lot of them are bullshit, but it's kind of hard. Like if you don't, like when you're younger and you try to make these lists and you didn't experience like from the beginning, then it's kind of hard to appreciate like Run DMC and Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and Africa Bambaataa and all that. Like I remember being a kid and watching Street Scene and thinking that was like the best thing ever. Remember Street Scene?
Oh yeah.
I mean Beat Street.
Oh, Beat Street. Yeah. Because there was breaking in Beat Street, but Beat Street was more legit because they had like a ton of hip hop artists that were like just showing up.
I could be wrong. Graffiti and the breakdancing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, aren't the Beastie Boys somewhere in the Beat Street? I want to say that they're like in the background or something.
Yeah, they show up. But it was a cool poster. Remember, like the Beat Street, the fonts. It looked like a building, and they threw some guy off the building.
And I told him we were watching that. That was like the darker hip hop show, and there was like Breaking, which was kind of like the cartoon, poppy thing, like the very family friendly one. And then you had like Beat Street, which is like darker because not everyone gets out of that film alive.
Yeah. Fun fact, Breaking was the first movie that I ever remember going to watch at the movie theater with my dad in Mexicali, in Mexico. And I just remember Turbo, one of the characters from Breaking. He worked like at the bodega, the corner store, and he was so-called sweeping the outside walk. And then he starts like breakdancing, and he's like starts popping and locking with the broom, and he makes the broom levitate. But I remember that you could totally see the fucking string from the fucking broom. And you're like, yeah, movie magic. But I love that shit. Now I can't remember. I was pretty young. I can't remember how old I was exactly, but that's the first memory I have of a movie theater.
Wow, that's pretty. I think my first memory is probably Predator. No, wow. I think it was Return of the Jedi. I think, pretty sure.
Yeah. My dad said he took me to ET, but I don't remember that shit. He said I took you every week. I'm like, okay, Dad.
Return of the Jedi, I think, was the year before ET, so I think I have it by a year. I will say, for Hip Hop Week, my first concert ever was Run DMC and the Beastie Boys as a kid.
What? That's cool.
A little kid. That's my first concert. I didn't know what was going on. I was like so excited. So excited. So there's my street cred right there.
My Adidas. Did you know any Run DMC songs?
Yeah, I had a couple of tapes. I loved it.
Yeah.
One side of the tape, the songs were much better than the other side. Let's just say there's definitely some B songs on.
Yeah.
Definitely Run DMC. I was totally into that. And when Run DMC showed up on Die Hard, I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was that Hollis Christmas and Hollis or something like that?
Something like
Hollis
that.
Queens.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, we are rambling about hip hop. So hopefully there you go. Enjoy that one. All right.
Shout out hip hop.
Let's get started, shall we?
All right. Let's start with some trailers.
Dude, we had so many trailers. We had to cut like one or two, which will come next week. No hurry. All right. First trailer,
Jules. It's a Bleecker Street film. It's in theaters now. It's a lovely looking independent movie.
It looks cool. I never even heard of it. Shout out to my brother Joe, who said they just watched it recently in theaters and loved it. And it's like about a retirement, like a dude who's retired, who's Ben Kingsley, Ben Kingsley. I don't know what else to tell you, man.
Yeah.
It looks funny. Like an alien spaceship crashes in his backyard and he plays it straight. And you're like, what? And he kind of adopts like a little alien. And the whole film was like, what? It looks really good.
Yeah. It looks like it has some heart.
Yeah.
It's going to make you want to cry. I'll tell you that. I can tell by the trailer.
It's like E.T., but instead of being a kid, it's more of a senior citizen type guy. And it's
yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm into that one. All right, what else we got?
Next up, we got. I don't know if you saw this. It came out last summer, I think, and I don't know, one of those Hulu originals, and this is the second one. Vacation Friends 2, starring John Cena, Little Rel Howery, Yvonne Orji. I don't know who. I think Orgy.
Let's just go with Orgy.
And Meredith Hanger. It's just a slapstick kind of comedy and stuff. Like I remember watching the first one and thinking I'm laughing more than I should at this piece of shit because it's a turd. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny. It was entertaining at the end of the day. I'm like, they did a good job.
I saw the trailer for the first one. I'm like, I like the premise more than I do like the trailer. I'm like, and so I didn't watch it. But then I watched the trailer for this. I'm like, fuck, this looks like legit funny. Like you can tell they're kind of, it's silly, but I mean,
I think they doubled down. They put more money into this one.
Yeah. This looks legit. Like if they just didn't do the first one and just did this one, I would be like, but I think I'm going to watch this one. This one just looks funny. And they got Ronnie Chang is in there and a bunch of other actors started to show up. I'm like, dude, they got some, they opened up the wallet. They got some more folks in there.
Yeah.
It looks funny. And it's on Hulu in a couple weeks.
And I found Mr. John Cena not to be super annoying. Like normally I find him like super duper annoying, but this time I'm like, he's okay. He's just a big brute in this one, you know, like that big guy that everybody has a friend that's just like the big guy that's just obnoxious, but he doesn't mean anything by it.
I think his time doing Peacemaker probably kind of like helped him out because his timing and his acting skills and his film presence, it gets better and better, man.
Yeah, good for him.
But yeah, so there you go. That's Vacation Friends, Hulu, August 25th. Looks funny. All right, what else we got?
Yeah. All right, next up, you are so not invited to my bat mitzvah. Netflix movie starring all of the Sandlers. Adam Sandler, wifey Sandler, daughter Sandler. There's a bunch of Sandlers. And it's a bat mitzvah.
I had no idea until you told me. I had their actual actors, not just like he's bringing his family along.
Yeah. I think they're like, we want to check that. And I'm like, I got you, kids. I'm going to call Netflix because they do everything I tell them to. And they did it. And now we have a Sandler family movie.
And I was curious because I watched the trailer and I was like,
what do you think of the acting?
Like, you realize this film is not for us. Like,
no, I did it because it was like the Sandler angle, you know.
It's about a young girl and her other young girlfriend in like middle school or something, having like a rivalry because they're not being invited to something. They got a crush on a boy. I'm like, this is not for me. And
disclaimer: we're not Jewish, so we don't know the rules and the regs for all the coming of age parties that they throw for them.
It's true.
It's not a quinceañera; it's a bat mitzvah. And then the guys' version is called a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, yes. I'm just gonna go with yes. And if we're wrong, they can write you the fucking hate mail.
And they yell a lot of lachaim, I think. Have you been to a Jewish party like that?
I've been to Jewish weddings.
And they yell lachaim? You don't remember?
I was probably at the bar the whole time.
But,
anyways, this film is, I'm not going to watch it, but you're welcome to, and you can report on it. I don't understand.
Yeah, if you're like one of our Jewish friends and then want to watch some Sandler stuff, Sandler content, then knock yourself out.
Moving out of there, let's go into another demographic. What do we got?
Yeah, Mexicans in space, 1,000,000 miles away. Si se puede. Fuck yeah. My guy, Michael Peña.
Based on a real story, but go ahead.
Yeah, Hidden Figures Part 2, bitch. Let's go.
Dude, this comes
Becoming the janitor. I was like, bro, this is racist when they're like handing the broom. I'm like, damn, he's an engineer. And they're just going to fucking just assume he's the janitor. We're still doing that, Disney? Come on, man.
It's Amazon. This is going to be on Amazon in like a month.
Is it? I thought it was like Disney Plus or something.
No, this is on Amazon.
Okay.
But, it looks good. Yeah. It looks a little like you can do a double feature between this and Flamin' Hot. Get a little like, yeah.
I probably would put this in McFarlane USA, my little Mexican cross country runners.
Yeah.
You ever watch that one?
No, I know what you're talking about though.
That's a good movie, bro. It's right up there with Remember the Titans, dog. Kevin Costner's a coach. Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is, but I haven't watched it. The whole cross country thing doesn't really But I should check it out.
Mexican Power.
You're saying is good. But yeah, this movie looks good. It's about this dude who wants to be an astronaut and spends like 10 years like doing various trainings and trying to learn.
Yeah. And he kept trying, man. It was like the little train that could.
Yeah.
He kept applying.
And it's cool. And Michael Peña is always watchable. So it's like, it's going to be good. It's going to have some heart. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
1,000,000 miles
I wonder
away.
at the end, when the credits roll, if they're going to have the actual footage of the guy walking down the tunnel. There's a Mexican right there.
Space.
Yay. Viva Mexico.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks good.
I'm glad you found it. All right. Next one.
Oh man. I don't know anything about this guy, but I'm definitely interested now. Maestro, directed and starring our good friend, Mr. I forgot his name. Bradley Cooper. I was like, damn, he's like super handsome. I got lost in his handsomeness in my memory. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, ooh, peak Bradley Cooper, limitless. Hey, wait, he can get it.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, and
Him and De
handsome.
Niro. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the trailer?
No.
Teaser?
No.
It didn't really do much, huh?
No. I was
I
like,
mean,
what? I've been hearing about this for a while. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
he's making his film to try to win another Academy Award. I figured he's like,
yeah.
he's in his auteur phase after he did, what's it called?
American Sniper,
No, no,
A
no,
Star Is
no.
Born,
Star is Born. Um,
which is a tearjerker.
that was good, man. It was good.
Aye.
This one, I think he's gunning for some more awards for this one. It's black and white, and he's all in makeup, and it's
Is
like a
it?
period piece. I believe so.
I
And I
thought I
watched
saw some
it.
color in there.
Go watch it again. I told you, man, I couldn't even finish the trailer. I was like, just not into it.
Yeah.
He plays Leonard Bernstein, songwriter,
Composer.
poser.
A maestro, bro.
It looks
I'm
very.
sure isn't he a conductor too? Like an orchestra conductor?
I'll just defer to you.
I think he's a conductor, composer, like world famous, renowned.
He's in the
So I'm
musical
interested
world.
because I like that world kind of like is inviting to me, the orchestra world. So I'm interested to see what happens and see, hopefully, like, when they make these all based on true stories, and then you're like, damn, that was really good, and then you find out only 5% of that shit was real. I want to watch a really good movie that was really based like a 95% reality.
It ain't never gonna happen.
Oh man, can we get one of those?
Speaking of movies that aren't based on real, we're gonna get into that in the news segment. But
Yeah, but
oh man,
I'm looking forward to, just because I want to know more, I guess. And good biographical movies are interesting to me, so I like it.
I think Bradley Cooper is a really good filmmaker. I'm super curious just because it's him, but based on the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm less curious. But we'll see what happens. It's gonna be on Netflix in December, so
Yeah,
we'll go from there. All right, last trailer.
award season.
Yes.
Next up, we got Scott Pilgrim on Netflix, animated version. Ding, 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 ding.
This looks fucking cool. It looks like the comic / the movie, which was already done like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah,
Straight animated anime version of it, and it's gonna be wilder. And what's super wild is they got, I think, the entire cast from the film to voice the actors in the animated series. I'm like, holy shit, that's a fucking big get.
Yeah.
Some of these actors are pretty big. And so it's pretty awesome to see that they're all going to be back on the screen, just, in an animated form.
Yeah. Some of those shots in the trailer are like shot for shot. I'm like, damn, that looks exactly like the movie.
Yeah,
like
I'm a little curious about that. Like, is it too close to the movie?
Yeah, I'm like, are these the storyboards from the fucking movie? But
either way, I'm watching it. It looks fucking cool.
Yeah. Ramona Flowers, one of the best like names for a female character, strong female character, hot, Ramona Flowers.
She pulls a fucking massive hammer the size of herself out of her bag to go fighting. Like,
yeah.
Dude.
Blue hair, why not? Let's do it.
That movie was awesome. And I look forward to watching this. And it's going to be on Netflix. So bring it.
Yeah. Netflix.
All right.
Okie dokie, buddy. Moving on to news and tidbits. Yeah, man. Barbie. Set September 5th digital release. It's soon. That's kind of soon, right?
That's like in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
This is what's wild. I don't understand.
They're like, we're tired of making money, but we're going to make more money this way.
They're going to make more money this way because
everybody's going to buy it.
This is going to be the craziest thing. Like, it's supposed to come out in 3 weeks. It's still going to be making like top 5 money at the box office.
Yeah.
It's available for purchase, like digitally or whatnot,
yeah.
or rent. I think you could buy it for like 25 and rent it for like 20 or some shit. And dude, they're just printing money at this point. It's making so much money. The Hollywood accountants can't even hide that shit fast enough. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's making so much money.
I'm starting to feel like the guy outside the circle of trust, man. At work, everybody's like, "Oh, did you go watch it?" And then people start like water cooler talking about shit, and I just have to like walk away because I can't get involved because of spoilers.
Oh no!
And I have nothing to bring to the table.
Well, in 3 weeks, dude, you can own it.
Yeah,
We'll be happy.
I'm not gonna own it per se right now. I'm not committing to that, but I do want to watch it. I wonder how long after that they're gonna put on HBO Max. It's a huge win for HBO because it went against Oppenheimer, and that's their boys Christopher Nolan's first film away from their studio.
Yeah.
So Warner Brothers is like, we're crushing it. They're just crushing, like, hey, you, They're just doing that shit to everybody.
True. It's true, but at the same time, Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan, I think it's his smallest budgeted film, and that shit is crushing at the box office too.
Yeah,
I think Oppenheimer is going to end up making like an extra $100 million at the box office because of the whole Barbenheimer shit they're doing. I guarantee you.
Yeah, like Barbie gave Oppenheimer a inadvertently alley-oop, and then fucking huge. Oppenheimer came in like Michael Jordan, the best basketball player of all time, and just like, Kaka! Thank you, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah,
and that's how it is. There you go, NBA reference. You're welcome.
They're both winners, so whatever. All right, so yeah, that's in a couple weeks, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see what the numbers are going to be. Like these guys want to cash in before the end of the year. Like they want to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze.
Yeah, man.
Dude, the fucking Flash came out like a while ago, and that's still not to be found on HBO. So that didn't even make money. You know what I mean? So
I have a lot of questions. Well, when you watch it, bro, definitely gonna have some questions.
I'm excited.
I don't know if you're gonna finish it. To be honest, you gotta finish it.
I'll finish it,
but you're gonna send me some messages. I can already see the videos you're gonna send me. Like this, because you're always like this. I'm watching this 20 minutes and I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. You always have your fingers on your fucking face and like all Mr. like thoughtful movie critic guy.
Yeah.
And you need to fucking just calm down and watch the thing.
Well, we'll see how the Flash does if it ever shows up on HBO.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, next piece of news.
All right. Creepy corner. That was my creepy noise. All right, man. The Nun is said to be the darkest thing out of the Conjuring universe. Yeah, you ready to get freaked out, mother? Ready to get scared? You ready to get scared, sucker? Huh? Yeah, get scared. I'm ready to get scared, dude.
So what the fuck does this even mean? Is they're making another Nun movie and the Nun movie's a horror film? I have no idea. Can you please elaborate for the fucking listeners that aren't inside your head?
For me, it means that, hey, cabrones, bring extra chonies because this is going to be scarier than the last one. That's what it means.
So this is a scary movie you're going to go to the theaters to watch or some bullshit.
I'm going to try. I'm going to make an effort to go watch this.
Watch a double feature of this one and the Maestro with the brother.
Yeah, I've already lined up friends to go watch The Exorcista. We're gonna be all scared together. Oh, but I'm excited about this too.
Yeah, have fun with that one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about this scarier Nun because the Nun was okay. The original Nun movie.
Was there room for improvement?
Yeah, there was room for improvement because coming into the movie, like in the Conjuring movies where this nun shows up a couple times, you're like, oh shit. Like, oh man, I don't want to know about leaving me out of that business.
Like a spinoff or some shit?
Yeah, like they have like a painting of this nun. Like, you haven't watched any of the Conjuring movies?
You seriously just asked me that?
Bruh.
Weird, right?
Wow. The house makes noises. Calm down, bro.
Yeah, let me set aside 2 hours so I can be bored to fucking death. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I can't. I'm laughing so much I can't even come back because it's just like, you're such a pussy. All right, we're gonna take a little stroll forward. We're gonna keep walking. We're gonna leave that behind us now. All right.
Maybe I'll take this piece of
Whew.
news.
Oh yeah, go for it. Thank
You
you. So
can't
I can catch my breath.
Maybe stand up, do a little lap. You'll be all right. Jesus. Here's an interesting one. Michael Orr, the subject of the film The Blind Side, which was filmed like what, fucking 15 years ago or some shit, 10 or 15 years ago, won some Academy Awards. Sandra Bullock, Francisco knows Sandra Bullock. This dude just came out this week with a big, I don't know, interview basically. And there's some legal matters that he is now filing that he's saying that the family that raised him, which is featured in the film, ripped him off. And there's all sorts of accusations. Like they said he was supposed to be adopted. It turns out he found out he was not adopted. He was part of a conservatorship. So the parents were like in charge of him and his money, which is similar to like the Britney Spears situation. And there's a lot of money to be had. And so when they made the film, like the parents got paid. Even the kids had a deal to get paid, but he didn't get paid. He got paid zero, he says, for the film. And the parents went on to like ride the coattails for like 10 years, writing lots of books and lots of convention appearances and talks. And they made probably several $1,000,000 from the whole thing. And apparently he made zero. And he came out like, what the fuck is all this about? He retired from football. And then he looked into the finances and found out like he got completely shafted. So he's super pissed off and I think suing the family for doing that to him. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, he's saying like the whole thing is basically bullshit. Like how they portrayed him as like as an idiot in the film. Because I remember watching the film and I was like, this is a little over the top. Like, I'm a big dummy. Here come the white folks to save him. We're gonna save you and help you make you
full amazing. White savior mode.
Yeah, as a lot of people say, you cannot make that film today. But Sandra Bullock did a good job, but at the same time, like the white savior just dripping from this film. And so he's coming out and doing the rounds of press and interviews saying, yeah, it's all bullshit, how much it hurt him in different ways, and how the family basically ripped him off. So they went from this big feel-good film to, why can't people stop ripping each other off? You know what I mean? It's like, when's it going to end? So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. So that's going to be in court soon enough. I'm like, that's fucked up.
I know. You went from this beloved, movie where now it's going to have like this a little bit of a tarnished background.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird. And poor Sandra Bullock, I mean, they had nothing to do with it, but I mean, she won an Academy Award for it. She did a great job. But at the same time, we're like, oh.
Yeah.
It's got to feel a little shitty. It's got to sting.
Yeah.
So that was a film related piece of information this week. I'm like, damn, that is a trippy one.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah, moving on to more money related matters.
Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, man. So there was some big blockbusters that came out this summer that weren't as successful as Oppenheimer and Barbie. Big sequel franchises IP, Indy 5 and Mission Impossible 7 could lose $100 million each.
Yeah. The one thing was Mission Impossible was delayed by like a year plus because of COVID. I mean, that was like a nightmare to keep going. They were trying to make this massive film at the height of like COVID. It was insane. So they had to like pay just ridiculous amounts of money to keep it going. And Tom Cruise, man, to all his credit, he did a great job keeping the machine running. So I understand how expensive it would be, and it underperformed. You said it wasn't the best, so that's probably what hurt it. But at the same time, but it got really good reviews overall, as opposed to Indy, which did not get the greatest reviews, and I believe it cost more than fucking Tom Cruise, and they were not delayed in the crazy way that Mission Impossible was. So they spent like a ridiculous amount of money on a story that might not have been 100% ready to go. You know what I mean? On an idea that maybe shouldn't have done, and something the audience was not that enthusiastic about. I don't know what I mean. It just it felt like a cash grab. Unfortunately, I still want to watch it when it's free on Disney. But so I understand it losing money, but I don't. The Mission Impossible one's kind of a bummer. But hey, business.
Yeah, yeah. And it's got to suck because, you know, a lot of these things are set in motion before the movie come out, like advertising and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
all these companies, they buy into the film. You know, they'll be like Doritos has a sponsor, you know, Mission Impossible Doritos. And
Sure.
because everything got delayed, you got Mission Impossible Doritos
Sitting on a truck someplace.
or that came out. And by the time the movie comes out, all those Doritos are out. They're already gone. You know what I'm saying? So all the advertising that they did on the product is all gone. So I mean, everything affects everything, and it's kind of a bummer. But yeah, like, you know, again, you know, if you don't make great movies, don't expect great returns. You know,
Yeah,
I
like
think,
Maverick was pretty fucking great. That was
yeah, yeah,
that thing did like
and that was a gamble. They kept holding it. They were holding that like a sweet baby. Like, no, not my baby. We're not putting my baby out yet. It's got to learn how to walk. And then
paid
when they
off.
put that baby out, you're like, what? This baby's got some juice.
I like how your mic cuts out when you start getting too loud.
No.
Anyways, but yeah, so that was just trippy summer news. Like you never know, you're gonna put your money down on the roulette table and you're like, oh,
I know.
But
What
all
did
right.
we predict last summer? That so and so was going to beat so and so? We're like, we were way wrong.
I think we said we said Black Panther was
Avatar.
gonna beat Black Panther 2 was gonna wipe the floor with Avatar.
Oh, yeah. It didn't happen.
Ooh. Not even close. We were like,
That was not a good take.
whew, that was rough.
We screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Moving on.
Moving on to fun things. What we watched. All right, man. We watched some things.
Quick shout out to this one. Just
Yeah.
we don't want to get too far into it because you're a little behind, but
Yeah.
what we do in shadows.
Man, what we doing in
killing it.
shadows. Man, that show, dude. That shit's just like riding the fumes of Top Gun Maverick, just snorting all the fumes off the jet and like putting into FX shows and yeah, what we doing in the shadows. They're going full blast. Man, that show like sometimes I forget to laugh and I just sit there like with my mouth open in amazement, just like what? Like the writing on it's amazing, dude, and some funny shit going on every week.
This season is crazy. Like you're saying, we're not gonna get into it. We'll get into it maybe next week. The news episode. We watched it twice. We couldn't stop laughing. We were just like, we have to watch this again. We watched it like the next day. Watch the entire thing again. We were just dying.
Yeah.
Whew. It's
so well done.
It's crazy. It's crazy how funny it is.
Dude, one really quick thing, like for my Latino fucking people, dude, when he goes the dinner, and then he's like, he starts saying to distract him, he's like, "No te metas con mi cucu." That song is so fucking famous. That's like, you know, and everybody starts singing it, and he's like, looks at the camera. I'm like, oh, dude, that was such a Mexican thing to do. I was like laughing so hard. No te metas con mi cucu. It's a dumb 80s song. But anyways, shout out.
It was hilarious. All right, let's move on. We'll review it more next week.
Yeah, moving on. Returning one of our favorite shows last year, Winning Time Season 2, Episode 1. Yeah, man. Magic likes to get it.
They got right back into it. We watched the first episode. That's it. We wouldn't watch the last episode of last season just to kind of like get warmed up again for it. And hit the ground running, man.
Yeah.
And the first episode, I forgot it was only one episode. They go through so many things.
Yeah.
In the first episode, I'm like, where it jumps all over and shit's going down, and you're just like, this is only one episode. Like, there's a lot of story they're going to be telling here. And I don't know what else to say. I'm still in. It's on kicking on all like 6 cylinders.
Yeah.
Where were you? Where were you at?
Man, it's like it's. So I love basketball and I love the history of basketball. And around this time is when I guess I started becoming NBA coherent, you know, maybe a little later on than this, but I went back and researched or like watched a bunch of classic games and stuff and everything. And just looking at the names on the jerseys and then, looking like when they did the draft bit and like I got McHale and Bird and Parrish and then Red Auerbach is like I just got the greatest front line in the NBA. And he was right. He was right. Like that's one of the greatest, starting three front line of all time. And I'm like, all these guys are Hall of Famers and basically unstoppable. And they haven't even shown it yet. They just showed the names together on the jerseys. You're like, holy shit! So I can't wait till that happens. And like my favorite bits are like when it's the Celtics and the Lakers when they're all like talking to each other, talking shit. And then you got at the end, the very last shot of Larry Bird sinking the basket, like, go ahead, sit down, son, or something like that. Because from hearing like different interviews through time and stuff, I was like, Larry Bird was a big time shit talker. So it's pretty cool to see that through these lenses.
I don't know anything about the history, but I'm learning so much. And especially sitting from you, it's so much fun.
Yeah, dude. It's fun. Like right away, you're like, damn. And like some of the stuff I didn't know, like I didn't know that Magic had a kid outside of wedlock. I thought he married Cookie right out of college, but it seems like it wasn't that way, or maybe this is one of the historical, liberties they took.
I have a feeling it's probably not because it really sounds like his.
I mean, he got HIV for a reason, right?
Outside of his extracurricular activities were very active. I don't know.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, it's really cool, man. And the performances, everybody's really good. I sent you that video of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just punching some guy in the face because he got elbowed. I'm like, people just should throw down back then, and like it was really like that. So it was kind of cool how they showed how physical the practice was. That's why I sent you the video because I'm like, yeah, man, they used to fight in games, like all this shit. Nobody watched this stuff because everything was on tape delay, and they would clean it up, so nobody really knew. It's like when you go to a hockey game for the first time, you're like, holy shit, that's a lot of fights. Like you watch it on TV, like, oh, we're still in commercials. But yeah, man, I love this show. I'm excited to see what happens. And they showed like game 1 of 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like in the 80s, basically, so the Lakers won 4 championships. Well, they won in 79, and then they won 4 more in the 80s, and the Celtics won 3. So there you go. That's basically what happens in the 80s. And then you got the Celtics winning a couple. I mean, you got the Pistons winning a couple. You got the 76ers winning one. And that's all your championships. Everybody else, it didn't matter. It was the Lakers and the Celtics the whole decade.
I just remember the peripheral, like them just going at it. But I was not super into it. But man, the show is great.
Yeah.
It's on HBO. Looking forward to keep going this whole damn thing. It's gonna be great. Yeah. And you know what's good when Christina, who's not a basketball or sports person too much, loves the show. That's how good the storytelling is and the characters are.
Yeah.
You're in. All right. Let's move on.
Moving on to a movie that kind of had like big time buzz when it came out. It's been out for a little bit. Somebody finally decided to watch it. I guess, Cocaine Bear. Heard of it?
It's on, I just got Peacock last week.
Yeah.
I forgot why.
I think it's on Prime now too, by the way.
Okay, there you go. But yeah, we watched it finally, so we can kind of talk about it. And we're going to go into some spoilers here. So just,
yeah. You're going to have to spoil it for me too, because I don't remember shit.
Yeah, okay. I'll remind you is you swore we reviewed this, and I'm like, dude, we did not review this. You're like, yes, we did.
Did we talk about it? I'm sure we talked about it.
No, we did not. It's because at some point we like mentioned Cocaine Bear, like, oh yeah, by the way, I watched it. I'm like, dude, we have a fucking podcast to review and talk about shit. And you're like, oh yeah, I watched it. We'll talk about it later. And that was it. Adding zero content.
We got to watch things to review them.
Bringing no value to this podcast.
Yeah, I just gave you like,
thank you very much.
If you took you 10 months, it's just like, yeah, you got nominated for an award in 1979.
We're like, I thought it was fucking pretty damn funny. But
Yeah.
what were your thoughts?
I remember thinking that it was okay.
What surprised me was like the stuff with the bear. It was entertaining, but not funny. The funniest bits were just the random people that would show up and do random crazy shit and just say random
Mm-hmm.
crazy lines. And we'd be dying. Like the kid from Sweet Tooth. I didn't know he was in this film. That little dude was hilarious.
I remember that.
Yeah, the little boy. He's the
Yeah.
main star of Sweet Tooth, and he's in this film playing a totally different character. Very inappropriate for his age.
Yeah.
I would like cocaine. Let's do some cocaine. Like, what? Oh man, that shit was funny. And there was so many fucking hilarious just little lines from all these actors that just killed it. And this movie's strongest bits were when the bear was not on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bear just provided like the crazy other random funny bits, the violence. And homie from Game of Thrones, I think they kind of wasted him a little bit, but I was like, what? Like there was some cool stuff. And the whole movie's a cartoon. So don't go in it thinking you're gonna learn some historical fucking facts. Like none of this shit happened. But it's fucking hilarious. And like Eldrin Ulrich, I don't know how to say his name. The dude who played Han Solo in the Han Solo movie. That dude was fucking fantastic in this film. Like he was like right in the middle. Like from not being too over the top or not being too understanding. Like, this guy's a fucking good actor.
I didn't even remember him in the movie.
Did you watch this?
I watched it.
Are you sure?
It wasn't memorable. It wasn't memorable. Dude, it was like, I don't know.
I would watch this
I don't know if it's like recency bias for you. You're like, yeah, I'm excited. I finally get to watch the movie. Yay. But it's not that. It's not it. It's not it, my guy.
Dude, this shit was funny. You're watching a movie called Cocaine Bear, not a fucking literary major or some bullshit. Like it's funny.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Die.
I think it's gonna age well. I think it's gonna be like one of those things you kind of watch every now and then. There's some funny stuff. Like, don't overthink it. Like, there's the plot is like zero.
I'm gonna wait a month and then I'm gonna ask you, what's the funniest part of Cocaine Bear?
Right, you better put it within the Google Calendar because you're not even gonna remember fucking shit tomorrow.
You're not gonna remember it.
I think I will. Anyways, Cocaine Bear out on Prime, I guess, and fucking Peacock and wherever else. So that's cool.
Yeah, since last year.
Pretty sure that shit came out in April, but whatever. Anyways, moving on, asshole.
Moving on to HBO docuseries How To with John Wilson.
Yeah.
Season 3 just came out, and I kept telling you, like, you should watch it, man. You'll like it.
Yeah. So I finally got around. We watched a couple. We watched like 3 or 4 episodes. I think the first season, maybe.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Number one, do you really call this a documentary series? Because they always have like a title for something.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I'm ruining it for people talking about it, but it's called like one thing, how to make small talk. They talk about that topic for like maybe 2 minutes, and then it just goes off the rails into some crazy fucking things. And it just, you're just laughing the whole time.
Yeah. I wonder how he does these episodes. I wonder
so much footage.
He just records nonstop, and then an idea comes out, and then he recalls by memory. Like, oh, I think I recorded a little of this and a little bit of that. And then we can, slowly build something that's cohesive. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, like, I forgot what other episode it was. Like, it had a topic. We're like, okay, let's learn this thing about this thing. No. It's just going to go any crazy ass direction.
Yeah.
And like, there are some definite, every episode, like some sexual overtones, and there's some inappropriate shit they're showing some. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's not children friendly in parts at all.
Oh, yeah. It ain't Sesame Street.
So if you think you're going to learn something, you're probably not. But you're going to laugh. And I admired how he was able to make these shows from very little. I'm like, damn, this is like anyone can do this. They just kind of like, he's not even like he's kind of an awkward dude, how he talks and how he kind of stops talking every now and then. He'll like have a half finished sentence. And like, but you kind of get into it. It's kind of part of the charm of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, super enjoyable. How to John Wilson on HBO. If you want some laughs, it's some inappropriate laughs at times too.
Yeah.
Check it out, man. It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that show, the scaffolding, that shit was like you're like more like impressed with the footage, and it just keeps going and going and going. And yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, I was
season 3. Yeah. The first episode of season 3 is about toilets in New York running out of toilets.
There you go. All right, and the last thing we reviewed this week. I'm curious.
Here we go. The last thing, a film by Wes Anderson, Asteroid City on Peacock.
Just came out like a couple days ago on Peacock. I think that's one of the reasons I got Peacock. Because I'm like, I want to watch Asteroid City.
Yeah. All right. Oof, let's stretch out.
Who's going to go first here? Let's just give our impressions, and then we'll go into some spoilers.
Okay.
All right. Impression of Asteroid City. Go.
Was Wes Anderson fucking gaslighting me the entire fucking movie? Question mark.
Elaborate.
Like, was he on purposefully not developing the fucking plot or telling us what the fucking movie was about? Like, he told us what it was about, but then it got so diluted that it became something else. I need spoilers to describe, bro. I need because I have a theory.
I'll say that. All right,
the movie's not about anything. It's about a fucking play.
So after the film was over, me and Christina both basically turned to each other and like, "Hey, so do you understand what that film was even about?" And neither of us could figure it out. Like, neither of us had a fucking clue what it was about. We're like,
it's about the fucking play.
I guess, yes. I'll say this. Play?
No. Let's do the spoilers, bro. Say what you're gonna say.
I don't know. I don't think I need to watch that film again. I think I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. He's fucking gaslighting motherfuckers, bro.
That was not. It wasn't even a movie. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah.
There's not even a cohesive story. There's nothing. Like, I didn't understand the point of any of it. But anyways, all right. That's my take. And here we go. Let's get into some spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Spoilers.
Go.
All right. For spoilers, folks, fast forward 5 minutes for spoilers. They're not that good. So just go ahead.
Yeah.
1. Here we go. Spoilers. Fire away. Fucking rip into it.
All right. The key scene to the fucking movie was when Schwartzman went outside to smoke a cigarette, and you see Margot Robbie on the balcony and across the alley, right? And they talk about, because she played the dead wife, right? That they wrote out of the play.
That's okay.
That's who she was. All right. So there's all right. And then they were talking about, why did you get written out? Or why did they didn't need me, and they just had like a background shot, and they're like, I still use that picture from that shoot to inspire me or whatever, you know. And then that he told the stories like, I always, the director said that I always get my shot. And I think that's the key line about the whole fucking movie, because the movie's not about anything except the fucking play. And I'm telling you what I want to tell you, or show you what I want to show you, because I'm doing what I want to do. That's why I think he's gaslighting people, because it's not about anything except him fucking just wanting to fucking shoot some oversaturated film with a bunch of fucking big time names, and then just them talking about nothing. And like the whole quarantine thing, and that was all like a distraction and stuff. And the alien was a distraction from just him just saying like, I just felt like doing this. It's a fucking joke. Like, it's a joke. The whole movie's a joke. Then the story, everything was all like part of this illusion. Like, ha. And it's like when Quentin Tarantino says that, like, I put this in the film because I want you to see it. And whenever you see anything in the shot, the frame, it's there on purpose. That's the same thing he's doing, but he's making fucking fun of us. That's why he's gaslighting us. And that's why it made me mad.
Maybe. I think your theory holds up. I mean, we struggled so hard to find like a cohesive thread of a story of anything that's actually happened that's like connected and why you're supposed to care about anything.
Yeah.
It was just like a series of like 2-minute vignettes.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? And they would stop in the middle and go to some other thing and then be like
Yeah.
in the back room of a playhouse. We're like, what? And
Yeah.
it was kind of interesting. Like, okay, if they could somehow bring it all together to do a thing, I'm like, cool. Never happened. It just kind of ended, and you're just like, fuck, what the hell did I just watch?
And I remember watching the trailer, and we were at my sister's house, and it was my brother-in-law, my sister, and myself, and we're watching the trailer, and then my sister, before he comes on, and like, who did this? And we're like, what's Anderson? Like, I'm good. And then the trailer comes on, and like, what is this movie about? And my sister's like, exactly. What are any of his movies about? You know, and that's a constant thread. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't get some of his movies. Some movies are easier to digest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, it's a fact. Like, some movies are like, what the fuck are they talking about? What is this movie about? Like, we want to be inside the joke, and then this is him fucking making fun of us. I think.
I guess so.
That's what I got from it.
Are you gonna watch it again?
Fuck off. But it was pretty looking, dude. It was like some
Great
of the
cast.
shots are like techniques. I'm like, damn, how did they make that 2D thing look 3D? Or, you know, like some of the way they shot some of the Asteroid City stuff was really cool.
They put so much work in designing and developing and shooting and the production design of everything. And that amount of work and it all kind of added up to
so little. All that stuff inside the play was it didn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nonsensical.
It was just random.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, so even Edward Norton was a character, a part of the play, because the real playwright, I guess, was Christian Brody, or was it Brody? Adrian Brody. He was the original playwright. And I'm like, and why are they why is Bryan Cranston narrating a thing about the play?
No idea. He just looked cool. Visually looked cool. But other than that,
and it's about hubris. I'm like, and being too fucking cocky. But then he's like, oh, I got the shot. I always get the shot. I'm like, is he talking about himself? Fucking bastard.
I don't get it. I was so like, I didn't hate it because it was interesting throughout. But looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to have to watch that shit again.
Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting later when we do some more talking, some more Wes Anderson.
We're going to get into some Wes Anderson stuff after we do new to the list. So let's get out of this thing. I think we're good.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, moving on. What do we got?
All right, man. August 23rd. Less than a week from now. Or is it a week? It's a week exactly.
Yeah.
Ahsoka on Disney Plus premieres. Yeah. Ooh, hopefully. I just want to be like, ooh, see. I like it.
I've heard good things. Things. So fingers crossed. Always cautiously optimistic going into like the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
I guess at this point, I'm a little bit more hopeful for the Star Wars shows than I am for the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
So, like, come on.
Yeah. Let's hope it's leaning more Andor.
Yes.
And less Obi-Wan.
A lot less.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. So Ahsoka, that's coming out really soon. Now, that brings us to
our world famous double feature. Yeah.
Cool.
So we're going to do something interesting. We talked about Asteroid City, Mr. Wes Anderson, and he has a pretty big filmography. So we're going to do a double feature for Mr. Wes Anderson. And after that, we're going to give you our favorite
top three
Wes Anderson films.
They're probably the same damn things, but yeah. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Go first. I don't think there's going to be a lot of variation in this one, but go ahead.
Well, the first one is Grand Budapest Motel for me.
By far and beyond. I think
it's amazing.
I think that's like his masterpiece. That's like his thing. And I wonder if we give shit to a bunch of other films because we're putting it against that film, which is almost like levels above. It's like one of those lightning in a bottle kind of films. Like, we just watched it like a couple weeks ago. It's on HULU. And it's like, we were just flipping through them, like, it's just right there. Let's just hit play right now. And we did.
Yeah.
And over the course of like a day or two, we've watched the whole thing, and so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. It's like the color palette. I mean, everything. Like, he was a craftsman, a master craftsman in that film.
Yeah. And then like Ralph Fiennes' performance is so, I mean, the whole film is just fantastic. Yeah. But Ralph Fiennes just takes it home, man. Just takes it home.
Yeah.
My pick for the double feature for that is another one, which I was surprised. I'm like, this is going to be a weird one. This is going to be cool, though. Was the Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is his animated film.
Yeah.
That film like was like shockingly cool. Like I couldn't believe how cool it was. I'm like, this is what? Like, he needs to do more of these kind of animated films because this shit was hilarious. And the style was there and the pacing, and it was ridiculous but hilarious. And it's such a cool film. That's the Fantastic Mr. Fox. So that's like those two right there in my top three. So I don't know what to tell you right there. That they're ruining my list of top 3 films for him. But what do you got?
All right. So what's your third one?
Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Unexpected. It's a little bit more subdued for a Wes Anderson film. But there's plenty there, and it's pretty damn funny. Edward Norton's usually really funny in his things, and Bruce Willis is really funny. You're like, what? And the kids were really funny and enjoyable in this film. Yeah, I like that film a lot.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, me too. All right, so my top 3 is Grand Budapest, and then The Royal Tenenbaums, and I'm gonna go with Moonrise Kingdom as my third one. But yeah, I love Royal Tenenbaums. It's like the gap between Budapest and Royal Tenenbaums is much smaller than between Royal Tenenbaums and Moonrise Kingdom. Because I think I can switch the Fantastic Mr. Fox for Moonrise Kingdom because that was my 4th. But they go back and forth. But Royal Tenenbaums is solid, like number 2 for sure.
I think I need to watch it again. I have a love-hate relationship with that film. Like, there's things that I love about it, things that I'm like, it just feels kind of awkward to me sometimes. But I don't know. I should re-explore it again at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, solid list there.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Wes Anderson, make some more good shit, please.
Yeah, man. Anyways, Asteroid City.
Yeah.
But yeah, watch Grand Budapest, get it out of your system. You'll be good.
Yeah.
I think we're
all
good.
All right, man. Well, that's our show. Anything else you want to add?
Lots to still watch, man. I'm excited to talk to you with spoilers for What We Do in Shadows because we're going to be dying.
I know. Like, I want to just rewatch the whole thing again. And maybe write some jokes down because that shit is so fucking funny.
You should.
And Andor's delivery, Nandor's delivery is so good. It's so good, man. I think I shit the bed.
Guys, I fucked it.
Oh shit.
Shit. Yeah, I'm excited. But until next week though.
Yeah, until next week. That's our show. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe, leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing something? Let us know. I'm Francisco.
I'm Andres.
Have a great week. 2 nerds, 1 pot. Let's go. Vámonos, brotherless.